What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be turning your fx30 or your fx30, depending on which one you got, because it's the exact same body, from a simple setup like this into a cinema rig. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, this is going to be a simple video. I'm just going to be taking you guys through all the moving parts that creates this whole cinema rig. Before we even get into all that, let's break down why you would even want to build out a camera rig for your camera. One of the main reasons why a lot of people are interested in building out a cinema rig or a camera rig for their camera is just to make their whole entire setup look really cool and much more professional than just having your basic camera and lens. But aside from that, aside from the whole looking cool factor and trying to impress your clients and impress other people that are watching you do your thing. So for me personally, there's 3 reasons why I would be interested in building out a rig such as this. And the 3 reasons, other than the fact that it just looks cool, is to 1, give me longer battery life, 2, to let me see what I'm filming on a bigger screen, and 3 is just to add a little bit more weight to the camera and the whole setup. So when I am shooting handheld, I have a little bit more stability and my footage doesn't come out super shaky as if I was just holding a small little camera that I can easily just move around. All right, so with all that out the way, let's disassemble this whole thing and start building it back up piece by piece and let you guys know what things that I bought, what type of things that I need in order to build a camera rig like this. So let's take this thing apart. For the sake of the length of this video, I'm not gonna take apart every single little thing that I purchased, but I still will be going over everything that I bought. So just to kind of move this thing along. So the first thing you're gonna obviously need is your camera and a lens. Right here, I got the FX3, like I said at the beginning, with my 50mm f1.2 G Master. Just throw that bad boy on there like so. And on the FX3 already, I have my small rig camera cage. There's gonna be links to everything that I talk about in the description, so you guys go ahead and check those out. So this camera cage is, I don't remember the exact product number, but it's the one with the little hole on the top. And I'm guessing that's for like a microphone holder or something like that, or a metal rod that you can kind of stick in and kind of attach more things to it. I don't necessarily use that, so it is what it is. There's also a cold shoe mount that's on the top of this thing that you can connect anything like a microphone, monitor, whatever the case may be. So there's that. It's already assembled and I don't want to kind of reassemble this and kind of put it back together. So there is that. It also comes with a little tool at the bottom of this thing, so that kind of helps you assemble that. Really, really easy. Small Rig is really good about applying all of their products with little tools that it would take to assemble it, so you don't need any outside tools or anything like that. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna grab when the camera, after you get the camera cage and everything's applied there, is this Manfrotto quick release plate. And this is dual purpose because this can also be used to mount on your tripods, your gimbals, your sliders, anything like that, to make it just really quick and easy. I have this on all of my cameras, so it makes it easy to go from tripod to gimbal to slider in a matter of seconds. So first thing we're gonna do is apply this to the base. And this is the piece that kind of just claps onto this thing. So it just makes it really easy to kind of quick release, take it on and off. But we're gonna need to apply this to the small rig base plate to give us a base for our cinema rig. So this is a small rig base plate that I picked up on Amazon. Comes in at about $24. And then we're gonna attach our quick release plate to the base plate, so we have something that has a base so our camera doesn't be tipping over and doing all that other crazy stuff while we're just like kind of putting it down and things like that. So we're gonna take this screw, make sure that's on there real tight. Okay, so make sure that's also straight. You wanna make sure everything is straight. Things are super tight so they don't go sliding around and falling off mid-shoot, because you don't want that happening. All right, so now we have our small rig base plate with our Manfrotto quick release plate. So now as a base, I can kind of just mount that on there just like so. And now we have a base plate to our camera so far. So far, so good. We're looking good. So the next thing we're gonna do is attach our small rig dual hinge battery adapter or V-mount battery adapter rig, whatever you kind of want to call it. And basically what we're going to do is just slide this in here like so. And then we're going to use the side knobs to kind of just tighten that down so that doesn't go anywhere or move or anything like that. So now we have that and our base plate, so we can put our V-mount battery and we can kind of move that back and forth. Now, one thing to note, attached to this hinge is a mini small rig V-mount lock that you're gonna need to buy. I believe that's like 25 bucks on Amazon that I picked up. And it makes that easy, so when you go to get your V-mount battery, and I'm using a Yin V-mount battery, the mini, I really like the design. But if I were to go differently, I probably would get the small rig one. I just bought this before the small rig one came out. So you get this, you attach it to the base plate like so. So now with the hinge, you can move that up and down. So if you wanted to move that down, get your monitor and get that flipped out of the way and then flip that back up. So you can see that's just gonna add some battery life to your camera so you can shoot for a longer period of time. And yeah, so let's keep it going. Now what we're gonna do is just add our monitor. This is a small rig field monitor mount, basic mount with a cold shoe adapter. So we're just gonna throw that onto the top of our FX3 or FX30, whatever. Get that nice and tight. It also has holes on it, so if you wanted to get like a Allen key, stick it in there and get that thing really, really tight so that thing doesn't fall off and break your monitor, I would highly recommend that. Then we're gonna take our Atomos Ninja V, and boom, now you have a monitor. So now you can see things more clearly, make sure things are in focus, make sure things are exposed properly. And yeah, so now as you see, this thing is starting to take shape already. So next thing we're gonna do is apply our side handle. And this is the small rig wooden side handle. Currently got this, I think I got this one on Amazon too. I'll link it in the description below, but we're just gonna throw it out here on the side just for an extra point of grip. So you're not having to necessarily put your hand underneath the camera body like this and have it uncomfortable, or you can also just kind of like rest it here and kind of like pull focus and things like that. But if you just wanted to have 2 points of contact so you can kind of maneuver your camera like that. Now we're gonna attach some audio to this thing just to get some cleaner scratch audio when you're recording your videos. I like to use this particular camera rig when I'm shooting weddings and I'm handheld. So when I'm in, shooting the bride and the groom getting ready and there's ambient noise, I can capture some pretty clean audio that I can intend use into the wedding videos. But yeah, it's pretty much it. It's starting to take shape. This is the camera rig, man. So if I did have cables, the only thing I basically would be attaching is an HDMI cable that goes from your monitor to the camera, and then a V-mount battery cable that goes from the V-mount to your actual camera as well. There's a couple different ways to go about getting power through your V-mount. Some people would use a dummy battery with a D-tap connector. I don't necessarily like using the D-tap option because I've heard some horror stories. Some of my friends have fried their A7S III when they were using this same exact V-mount battery going into their A7S III. So for me, I intended to use a USB cable to USB-C that goes directly from the V-mount to the camera itself. So if you do it that way, you're actually gonna need an actual physical battery inside of the camera. So what the V-mount battery is gonna do when it's attached via USB and USB-C cable is basically gonna charge the battery that's already inside of the camera, making it last a little bit longer than a normal battery that you would just have attached to this thing. The Z battery that you use to go into your camera will still drain, but it will drain just a lot slower because you'll be using most of the power from your V-mount battery. For me, I like it that way just because I'm not gonna fry the camera, and it's just getting me away from using dummy batteries and having to spend extra money on things like that. So I can just plug in a USB cable to USB-C and just kind of have power running. So there you have it, guys. A super simple setup. Like I said at the beginning, this particular setup is gonna help me get better audio, help me view what I'm recording a lot clearer and a lot bigger, extend the battery life a little bit, and allow me to add a little bit more weight to this thing. So when I am shooting handheld, it's gonna be a little bit more stable than if I would just have a solo camera with a lens and anything like that. So there you have it, guys. It's a super simple setup. I think the total amount of money that I spent on every little thing of this setup is around $1,000. Pretty cheap when you're trying to, you know, build out a camera rig, but there are some things that you guys can cut some cost on to make this even a little cheaper. But like I said, hit me up in the comments, let me know what you guys think of the camera rig, and if you guys need some cheaper options and some cutbacks, I'll definitely give you some suggestions on that. All the links to all these pieces of equipment are in the description below, so make sure you guys check those out. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please hit me up in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.